Hello and welcome back to episode 13 of Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1. I'm Vic, and you're watching yet another Let's Play channel. And perhaps for the first time in this channel's history, I'm actually reasonably confident that I'm talking to someone. Not exactly sure what's changed, but welcome, I guess. So here we are. I went ahead and skipped the tedious search for Mr. Boniface, and his house is behind Sherlock, as you can see from the magnifying glass on the compass. So, having got that out of the way, we can chat up what is doubtless a proper weirdo and see what he has to say for himself.
Excuse me, young man. Where do you think you're going?
Greetings, Mum. I'm looking for the...
I don't care who you're looking for. You shall not pass. No visitors allowed.
I wish to buy a painting from Mr. Boniface Mercurio. Is he at home?
Dearie, tell me, because old age has made me blind. Did someone write Information Bureau on my forehead? Because I'm not here to answer your questions. Entry is for residents only. If you aren't a resident, please leave, or I shall report you to the police.
Well, in this case, I actually am the police, and I'm not sure why the lady from the seamstress is here and so full of piss and vinegar. Can I observe any things? Despising and short-sighted. All right. Well, what have we got over here? Anything? No. I have to put on a disguise in order to sneak in. Oh, of course, we're going to fool the lady who doesn't see very well. Why not? Eh? Yeah, I'm definitely not as tanned as whatever the rest of that sentence was. I don't have, oh, there we go. What's a suitably goofy? Yeah, let's go with that. Do I really not? I do have some glasses. Uh-huh. And, no. Still looking pretty pale, huh? I'm not... Am I gonna have to go and find something? What do we got here? No. I don't think that would work. You know what? Let's just see what happens. Will you let me now in?
No. Visitors allowed.
Do I legit have to go and find some dark face makeup in order to be tan enough? Is that really what the problem is going to be? Oh yeah, so this is the news article that turned up in order to tell us where the artist lives. The past week has brought us a new scandal regarding the local so-called artistic higher society. It all began at the painting sellout named by local artists as the Dance of Decadence. The director of a publishing house, The Lion, Darren Turwick, broke the idol by throwing a chair at a decadent artist, Boniface Mercurio. As Mr. Turwick, probably Turek, said later, he did it because Mr. Mercurio brought dishonor to his name. The column writer graciously reminds the reader that recently Mr. Mercurio was spotted with Mrs. Turek at a coffee shop. Afterwards, an orchestra conductor, Kurt Gallagher, smashed a painting across Mr. Turek's head to protect his friend Mercurio. A large brawl started, including a large number of the customers. After a protracted fight, the police arrived. All the high society brawlers were arrested and placed under guard for a week. What a breathtaking event it was. As your loyal personal advisor, I suggest that you obtain a souvenir from the sellout. Unfortunately, it has since ended, but since Boniface Mercurio himself invites our readers to visit his home and purchase one of his paintings, you will find him at the address Hermes Avenue between Scarlet and Olive in Old City. Yeah, so there we go. Not as tanned and unkempt as the bohemian. Oh, I have to actually try to look like him. I should have considered that, shouldn't I? That might actually be the best facial hair, though. So we want to look unkempt, do we? He was kind of beated up, but he wasn't Oldman. The black eye under the eye patch doesn't really work. I mean, this really is the most tanned looking face, isn't it? That might be the way to go. And should I try and put on some more? No. Not a Sailor Scout. No. Criminal chic, maybe? No. That might be too ragged. Well, let's give it a try.
No.
Oh, come on.
Visitors allowed.
All right, that's enough of that. I'll be back when I figured out how to fool the old lady. Okay, so as I guessed, I did in fact have to go and buy some new stuff. And now, I suppose I am the fitting image of the pornographer, so now she ought to let me in.
Boniface, sweetie. Is that you? Ah. Old age does terrible things to one's sight. I didn't recognize you at first.
How are you, Mum? I'm ashamed to admit that I've lost my key. Do you have a spare?
For heaven's sake! How many times will you lose that key of yours? Of course I have a spare. You artists all live in your own little world.
Please, accept my thanks.
I would rather accept your rent. You promised to pay me several weeks ago, and I'm still waiting.
I will pay you, I promise, very soon.
You'd better do, my dear. Or else I'll just change the lock. And I won't fall for those cow eyes.
She won't fall for those kawaii dessine. Perhaps she'll fall for a little bit of personalized attention from the artist. And now the poor lady's going to think she's gone senile when the actual Boniface shows up in a few minutes. Maybe he won't be showing up, though. Ah. That sort of counts as showing up, doesn't it? John, that's wildly inappropriate. We're not playing Sherlock Holmes The Awakened, because the new one's not out yet, and we're not going to play the old one. So I would really appreciate it if you would just stop existing, actually. That'd be the ideal outcome.
Judging by post-mortem rigidity, the body lay here for 1 or 2 days.
Oh, I bet he smells lovely. Is that it?
The wound is precise. It was inflicted by a razor or a knife.
So by precise, he means sharp, I guess.
A normal kitchen knife.
With some normal blood on it.
Could be the murder weapon.
What else are we missing here? Do we need to look at some other soft parts of him? Like that one, for instance? Ah, here we go.
Soaked in blood. It seems as if the puddle of blood was here before the rags.
And we're all done with that.
Red skin, tails on the back. Reminds me of Werder's description of the stolen painting.
Didn't you expect that woman to be more naked? I certainly did. A camera.
I wonder where he got that fancy camera.
From the future is my guess. Can I take the blue cloth fibers? Where was the... I saw something. Where did it go? Oh, there's a something.
It appears the wine was truly awful.
Sherlock, I think maybe it got busted up in the fight.
Despite the overall tendency towards mess, you cannot sit with the drawer pulled out like this. Someone left it after searching. The blood has dried.
I've heard of this style of painting. It is called expressionism.
I'm not even going to dignify that with a response, John. No, that doesn't count. That's a non-response. And we've got a quote-unquote dark room back here. Oh, you know what? My bathroom needs a cow skull. That's pretty cool. Or, I mean, the curly horns don't suggest cow, I don't think, but that's awfully big for a goat skull, isn't it?
The photograph was not pulled out in time. Such a waste of material. The photograph was not pulled out.
Look at the other one, Sherlock.
Such a waste of material. Look at this, John. Isn't it our stolen demon?
And there's another fancy camera in here. Well, we haven't got the notification yet, so there's more to find, such as
The
this.
chest has been searched.
And now it's recreation time. Let's have a quick look at the Mind Palace. None of those particularly look like they ought to pair up, right? Yeah. And the other two, yep. Just gonna lie down in the middle of the dead man's apartment. So we got the artist, and apparently nothing to do there. Those are some graphic sounds. I don't know what to make of this one. So we got him lying on the ground here, with the knife that apparently slashed his throat next to his hand. The position of the feet is a little odd. And there's a rag on the floor there. So, yeah, so one hypothesis is that he slashed his own throat over his painting here and fell down over there. Somebody came in after and found him, maybe tried to save him. But how did the wine bottle get broke? What is the blue fabric doing there? Ah, okay, so that's going to be a key clue over there. Oh, he's not lying down this time. Huh. I thought that was context specific, not just random. So this is not what happened, because it doesn't provide an opportunity for the cloth to get... yeah. That's how the cloth gets stuck on the mirror. So that one looks right. And if he slashed his own throat over there, how did he wind up over there? So the other option is what? Yeah, okay, so that's a reasonable sequence, right? The smashy with the bottle, the other person grabs up the knife, and then we have a little fight. I don't feel like a reasonable outcome of a that particular kind of fight being a slash across the throat, but let's go with that for now. Let's go with this.
Mercurio was developing photographs when the intruder snuck in. Mercurio heard him coming. While the thief was searching the chest, the painter ran towards him with a bottle in his hand. He smashed it across the thief's head. The intruder had no choice but to defend himself, and the weapon of opportunity happened to be a kitchen knife. Mercurio stepped aside to grab the painting, but the wine-blinded thief attacked Mercurio's throat. When the thief came to his senses, he saw Mercurio bleeding on the floor. He grabbed the rags and tried to bandage him, but it was too late. Why did Mercurio attempt to snatch the painting in the middle of a fight? To strike the intruder? Not with his painting, it was too important to him.
And now we have some more clues that we can check out, so let's do that. Painter was killed in a fight. Thief was caught by the painter. Okay. And we've already checked those three. So did we get the... We didn't. There's more for us to find in here, eh? But what would there be? Aha.
Aunt May whiskey, brandy bucks. Quite a collection he had here.
Why was he keeping it by the door? Blank sheet. So, what else? We've already commented on those two photographs. The ones on the wall are apparently not interesting. There's nothing there for me to look at. Do we have some clues here? So if I pin this, am I going to find some exciting new details?
It's time for some chemical magic, John.
I don't know if I actually needed to pin a clue for that, but at least we picked it up. So let's do a chemistry. Alright, so we need -3, -4, and 5. And that's pretty exciting. Let's see. So we don't have a lot of options to make a 5 out of the blue, do we? We've got a couple of 3s, and we've got a 2. So the 2 is probably belongs. But then what do we do with it? If we do this one, then we wind up with a total of 5 and 2. but we don't want 2, we want -4. So we need to subtract 6 from it for that to work. What does this one do? Subtracts 1 from the region's value? No. Swaps region value from positive to negative or vice versa. Adds 1 to the region's value. So yeah, we'll do those 2. We'll have that one. We'll subtract 1 from it. Right? Yeah, this'll work. So, just need to shuffle this around a little bit. And then we'll do another combine. So now we've got the -4 and the -5. We take this guy and we flip C. And then we do another combine. How do I break? Okay. Why is it? Oh no, that's, yeah. Okay. Just packed it a little too tight. It's a still life painting of Mercurio's room. And so now we see something interesting.
That doesn't look like the painting we need, Sherry.
As expected, but that doesn't mean it won't tell us anything. Let's
For
put it on
example?
the easel where it belongs. I guess this is his most ordinary painting. Spot the 2 differences, John?
So one difference is
If the
this,
intruder didn't take it, the skull should be somewhere here.
and I believe I already identified it.
Monster was actually a man. Poor girl. John, you ought to be thrilled. We are now hunting the devil himself.
What were you saying, Sherry? I was too busy sketching the scene, you know, crimes and such like, daily routine. Did you find something?
A photograph. It depicts a man in a red suit with tails sprouting from his back and multiple people in masks watching the scene. It all adds up. But the act of love, it wasn't given willingly, John. It was a violation. And the girl, she was with child.
Give that to me now. Did you recognize someone?
No. Although the victim is not from Cordona, she is African. Look at the ritual scars on her face.
Get that image out of your brain. You have to continue the investigation.
I must speak to the landlady. Perhaps she saw or heard something.
Sherry, you cannot tell her the truth about Mercurio. It will hurt her.
John, that's illogical. Sooner or later, she will come here and discover a corpse, and I still need to talk to her.
Just avoid mentioning corpse, all right? Stick to the character, tell her to call the police.
I'll take that into account.
And wait here. I've redrawn the people in the photograph. Now you can proceed with your investigation without those horrific details.
I find that coddling a little inappropriate.
I guess this is his most ordinary painting. Spot the 2 differences, John?
So what is the other difference? Is it this thing that's hanging on the tree? Yeah.
Nothing behind it.
Or not. But there isn't a thing hanging from the tree in the painting. There also isn't a dead man in the painting. Alright, well...
I guess this is his most ordinary painting.
Do you have to say it every time?
Spot the 2 differences, John?
Maybe I'm done with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so if we're too mean to the landlady, then John's gonna get angry. I wonder, is that gonna have an impact on the ending of the game, or is
What's
it just
wrong,
like a?
dear? You look like you've seen a ghost.
Can you tell me if anyone else has recently entered the flat?
Oh, you're talking about that limping man. I'm sorry I let him in. I was scared. And I thought maybe he would motivate you to find money so that you would pay your rent. No offense, dear.
Can you describe him?
Oh, so you weren't at home. I was so certain you didn't leave your flat that day. He was of average height, had a limp and a tattoo on his neck, and he was smoking Malpal cigarettes. My husband used to smoke those. They have a horrible smell I can recognize from a mile away.
Malpal doesn't sound very chronistic.
Can I ask a favor?
Of course, dearie.
Please call the police and ask them to enter the flat. And don't look inside until they come up.
What? What trouble have you stepped in this time?
It really doesn't matter. Thank you, Mum.
Well, are you happy, John? Good, you're happy. So we need to find the...
Sherry, that was close. But you did everything correctly. Now, take off your outfit. I can't let you walk around in a dead man's clothes.
Oh, and he really won't let me. Wow. Just gonna strip me naked in the street. How very like an imaginary friend. What happened to my makeup? There it is. Good. And we're going to ditch that. Alright, there's the Sherlock we know and love. So... that's probably what we want. And, I don't know, maybe we need to go talk to the Popo. I'm going to put that away for now. Where are them Popos at? I can never remember. Does the art trader have new stuff for me? Alright, well, let's go buy some art, and then we can go talk to the police about the rapist. Priorities. They're important. Nope, that's the newspaper. We're going this way. Yeah. Is it this one? No.
The finest clothes. Everything has been sold. Please come back later.
These people are really lucky that I buy things, because apparently I'm the only one in the whole city that does.
Masterpieces by local. My goods will brighten up your house.
Well, my house needs considerable brightening. Didn't we just see that in Mercurio's apartment?
Enjoy your purchase.
Well, it's mine now. He doesn't need it. Where are the police, though? That's City Hall. That's the police, and it's got a marker on it, so I might actually be supposed to be there this time. Wouldn't that be lovely? And this way, yeah.
He's even putting...
Do you know anything about this?
A solid question. He's even putting up posters, poor man. Losing it may be the death of him.
Apparently they don't want to talk to me about the posters or about the rapist. Typical police. Am I right? How about you?
Any progress with the case, Mr. Holmes?
Apparently not. Archives? Yes. And good. No. Yeah, why would it be one of those? No. Okay, so we could, instead, we could check out the victim. Come on. Still no? Alright, well, we're all out of time for episode 13, so I will wrap this up. And in episode 14, we will know a little bit more about this unfortunate incident. Talk to you soon.